So, I suppose as many people know, and I'm sure Ron will back me up on this, the world is just better when there are more sound effects. So I'm going to need some sound effects here. And I'm going to split the room around here. So you're over this way, okay? So this side, when I point to you, I need like an explosion sound, like bang. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Bang! Oh. Now this side, I need a kind of cheering, but it is like a bored, jaded, unimpressed cheering, like, all right. Ready? But more volume, but kind of like really unimpressed. There we go. Okay, so for example, today on my desk there appeared a present, but it was a pair of socks. There you go. Okay, here we go. This story is called Hanukkah Squad. Have you ever wondered where all the good things at Hanukkah come from? You may not know this, so I will tell you a secret. It's Hanukkah fairies. You might not believe it, but it's true, and let me introduce them to you, and I'll tell you about one fairy in particular that had a bit of a problem. The first is Alan Kaplansky, latkes fairy. He's in charge of making sure every family has like those tasty little golden treats. Sometimes he's just filling up your plate with a little bit extra, and sometimes he's bringing whole batches to people in need. And he's very serious about his work. One time, Mrs. Knish ran out of onions while she was making her latkes, and she decided that maybe, just maybe, she could just make them anyway, without onions. In a flash, a Hanukkah fairy appeared. Ma'am, Alan Kaplansky said, handing Mrs. Knish's card. Alan Kaplansky, latkes fairy. I understand you've run out of onions for your latkes. Is this so? Yes. I see, Alan went on. You weren't thinking of making them without onions, were you? No, she said. Of course not. Good! With a flick of his wrist, 72 bags of onions appeared on her table. Thank you, she cheered. No need to thank me, man. Just doing my job. Next is Rachel Cohen Cohen, dreidel fairy. It's her job to make sure that everyone has a dreidel to play with, and she's very serious about her work. One time, the Israelis kids were playing dreidel when young Benjamin accidentally lost it down the vent in the floor. Suddenly there was noise. Before them stood Rachel Cohen, dreidel fairy. The dreidel fairy, the children cheered. Can you help us get our dreidel? No worries, children. And she handed them a brand new dreidel. It didn't help that the dreidel was as big as a sofa. Benjamin held it and started to fall over and then splat. They didn't see him for another 7 days. No need to thank you, kids. Just doing my job. And then she was gone. Then there's Simon Sinis, extra grandparents fairy. He's very serious about his work. One time, Simon appeared at the home of the Cohen family just before the start of the second night of Hanukkah. I understand your grandparents couldn't make it tonight, he said to young Elliot Kugel. Actually, they're right over there. Not to worry. These are the clients. They're from Pittsburgh. Hello, said the clients. Hi, said Elliot Kugel. But my grandparents are actually just... No need to thank me, son. Just doing my job. And then Simon was gone, and the clients wandered into the kitchen to see if they could help. Almost last. Zipporah Menorah, candle fairy. After all, it's Hanukkah. You don't light the candles. One time, the Franken family was all set to light the candles on their Hanukkah. Suddenly, they realized their matches had gotten wet. They couldn't light it. But just then, Zipporah Menorah magically appeared. I understand that you need help lighting your candles. Is this so? She thundered. Yes, said Miss Franken, looking concerned. But is that a flamethrower? Don't worry, stand back. Whoa! Now the sofa was scorched and the dinner was turned to ash. The candles were lit. No need to thank me, folks. Just doing my job. Finally, there's Izzy Moskovitz, Geld fairy. Izzy Moskovitz, Geld fairy. It's his job to make sure all the kids have chocolate gelt coins to enjoy. And he takes his job very seriously. Most of the time. But one time, at the Tinkleman's Hanukkah party, there were so many more kids than they expected, they actually ran out of chocolate. So Izzy suddenly appeared. Everyone was happy. And there was Izzy throwing armfuls of chocolate here and there. And just as he was getting ready to leave, little Karen Tinkleman shuffled up and said to him,
Please, Mr. Fairy, I can't unwrap my coin. Can you help me?
No problem, little one, he said. But as he peeled off the foil, the scent of chocolate filled his nose. He twitched, he quivered, it just smelled so wonderful. To be fair, he hadn't eaten all day. So he bit Karen Tinkleman's chocolate coin. She was shocked. Then he raced around the room, grabbing chocolate out of everyone's hands. He was eating it all. Everyone just stood and stared as he fell over. His tummy filled with chocolate, bits of foil kind of in his hair, all over the place. Everyone just stood there. Except Karen Tinkleman. She shuffled over to Izzy, reached into his suit pocket, and pulled out his cell phone. Karen Tinkleman pressed 2 buttons on the phone and whispered into it, "We need an extraction." The other 4 fairies appeared in a flash.
Bam!
They scooped up Izzy on a stretcher. "Sorry I had to witness this, folks," announced the dreidel fairy. And then she said to Karen Tinkleman, "Thanks for letting us know." "No need to thank me," Karen Tinkleman said. "Just doing my job." And that's the story of the Hanukkah fairies. And now you know. So if you need help next Hanukkah, you know who to call. But if you do, maybe hold on to your chocolate gelt a little bit tighter. And that's the end of the story.